And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel. Today we're taking a look at Fairy Tale Inn. Now, Fairy Tale Inn, I didn't know much about it. When I saw it, I was like, okay. But it's, Paulo Mori is one of the two designers of the game. That's interesting. And I like most of his stuff. And then I saw that it was Connect 4 with special powers. It's not really Connect 4, but it has you dropping things in something that looks just like Connect 4. You're not trying to get 4 in a row. You're trying to drop things in different patterns. Well, that's interesting. It's a two-player game. Let's take a look. Alright, so the board is placed between the two players. You're going to pick 5 characters. There are 8 different characters to pick in a game. You'll randomly pick 5. Put all the tiles for those characters in the bag, unless it's specifically like Jack and the Beanstalk. 4 of his 8 tiles are placed on the card, Beanstalk tiles. You'll then draw 4 random tiles and put them on this board. Whoever goes first gets a coin. The second player gets 2 coins. The object of the game is to get the most coins, and you begin. On your turn, you're going to take a tile off this board. You can take either of the 2 bottom tiles for free, or you could pay a coin to take the third tile, or pay 2 coins to take the top one. No matter which tile you take, you'll move them down and just draw from the bag and replace a random tile in the spot there. You'll then take the tile and slide it in any side of the board you want. Now notice when the tile's on your side of the board, you can see it in full color. Your opponent's only going to see the faded color. So that way you can always know if it's your tile or your opponent's tile. After you slide it, you're going to look in the space that it lands in, and some spaces are going to give you bonuses. Like for example, if you go into this space, you get a coin, and if you go into this space here, you'll get 2 coins. If you go into these 2 spaces, your special abilities are basically canceled, and if you go to a space with a star on it, there's some of them on the board, you can pay a coin to take another turn immediately. So you're going to check the space you're in. You're also going to check the different characters. Each character is different. So for example, some of them happen right away. When you play a Jack and the Beanstalk, you'll immediately drop a Beanstalk token on top of Jack. When you play a Princess, you get a coin. Oh, and Jack, you also get a coin when you play him. And Princess, you get a coin, and you get a coin for each other your princesses that are diagonally connected to the one you just dropped. So each one that you get in the future can get you quite a few points. Some are ongoing. If you drop an evil queen and your opponent puts a character on top of it, they have to pay you a coin. And some of them score at the end of the game, like Big Bad Wolf and Little Red Riding Hood. Little Red Riding Hood gives you a point for each of your own characters next to her at the end of the game. And you'll check each row, and if you have more Big Bad Wolf tokens than your opponent, you will score 3. Pinocchio is very similar to Little Riding Hood, except he gets points for being next to tiles of your opponent. The Pied Piper is similar to Jack and the Beanstalk, except the rat token gets dropped in another column rather than the same column. And the little pig is like the princess, except you get a coin for things that are orthogonally connected rather than diagonally. The game ends when 3 columns are filled all the way to the top. When that happens, you figure out the end game scoring effects, adding it to coins that you've gotten during the game, and whoever has the most coins is the winner. The components for this game are fine. Everything fits in a plastic insert. I know this is silly, but I do miss the thing you slide across here and drop out all the things in Connect 4. This, you have to turn them over and dump them out that way. Not a big deal. There's not a lot of tiles. It's really easy to sort them out. The tiles, the coins, they're all different colors, really easy to tell apart. Yeah, it's not a lot of components. The bag is a nice bag, easy to get your hand in, but it works fine. Folks, I'll start off with my only negative, which is I wish there was more than 8 characters. We have a 9th character in the Dice Tower Kickstarter promos, which I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. I mean, it adds more stuff. I'm excited about that. But that would be my only thing. Other than that, this is fun. This is the kind of game that I would say should be mass market. This should be on Target shelves for people to play because it's easy to understand. It's really fast. You're sitting there dropping tiles in. It has some nice choices. You have 4 tiles to pick from. Usually you'll never pick the two coin one, but if you have a bunch of 3 little pigs all connected, and this is going to give you 5 coins, I might pay 2 to get it. And if nothing else, to stop you from taking in your turn and using it and getting points yourself. So that's pretty simple, and all these are really easy. You drop a tile, you pick a tile, so you have some choices. You drop it, you have 7 different columns to drop it in. You then pick the spot that it is, and you score whatever's there. Sometimes gives you a coin, sometimes lets you take an extra action. You do whatever the tile itself does, and it goes to the next person. We're talking a 15-minute game, and yet we've probably played this 10 times already, back and forth, mixing up the different characters. It's simple, it's fun, it's the kind of game that I would give to someone as a gift, and I'm pretty sure they could figure it out from the rule books. It's only for 2 players, and it's kind of a big box for only a 2-player game, considering how short it is, but none of that I have a problem with. This is nice. This feels different in a sea of stuff where I'm seeing the same stuff regurgitated over and over and over again. Here I got something with a theme people understand, the fairy tales. It looks like a very popular game, Connect 4. Plays slightly differently, actually quite a bit differently. Introduces you to mechanisms which you can use in other games, but maintains fun even for someone like me who's played thousands of games. This is still interesting and entertaining. So I like it. I recommend it. Fairy Tale Inn. Dice Tower Judgment approved.